Hey everybody, Slycem here with SlycemGaming, and we are live yet again. Tonight I got a couple different things coming our way. First and foremost, we're going to kill a little bit of time going into Act 5, Chapter 2 here, Part 1. So, looking forward to that, to say the least. Alright, let's see what happens. So the other debate I have is I did end up forming another 4-star crystal, so we may pop another 4-star tonight at the end of the show. Depends on how things go. We'll see what happens. What's up, Bro2D2? Hey, Deadpool, the Nut Job, and Buzzard728. Again, guys, fast on the draw. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Hey, what's up, Tricky? Gaming with Jay. Hey, Gaming with Jay, I saw you leave a message on the board. I didn't have a chance to really respond. As soon as I got home, I've been setting everything up to get ready to go tonight. So it's been one of those things where it's kind of been nonstop go, go, go. So yeah. Yeah, there we go. We got a premium and a 4-star. So we may crack those tonight, depending on how the night goes. So we're going to get things going a little bit. I'm going to burn through a little bit of quick content just to kind of see what happens and then kind of go from there. Hey, what's up, Ozzy? Good seeing you. It's Not Life. Welcome, welcome. Jux, good seeing you as well, man. It's Not Life says he's got the first like. I like it. What's up, Supersonic? Good seeing you, buddy. Alright. Need to burn off some of this energy. Hey, what's up, Taco Bell Gaming? What's up, my name? I gotta throw my defenders in here later. I forgot what this node is. See, this is where I wish I had Hyperion, but I don't. So is it only special attacks? Yeah, special attacks deal 400% more damage. I'm halfway tempted to run like all my mutants and really boost their special attacks. Let's just see how bad I get my butt kicked here at first, and we'll go from there. Hey, what's up, Raven Knight? Good seeing you. I really need to find out which path is the shortest as well. Yeah, I really feel like I should probably go do... Okay, so it looks like I could go to C. Alright. Supersonic says he was the 290th subscriber, second person to like this video. Like, share, and subscribe, people. Absolutely. Deadpool the Nutjob says, will Frojo34 be on the stream? Frojo will be here chatting it up here in a few. So tonight, we are going to be doing our rankings. We're going to continue moving on with that. And what we're going to be working on is the rankings based on the signature ability dependability. I know that's a lot to say. So that's signature ability dependability, meaning how much a champion depends on a person, depending on that person's signature ability. So that's kind of the thought process here. Just seeing how important these nodes are. Alright. We'll see what happens. Hey, what's up, John Wright? Taco Bell Gaming says, you almost can't kill Hulk. Try to drown him. He adapts to living underwater with his body to make him die in space. His body can adapt to space, too. It's pretty crazy. Anthony, alright, Anthony is here and ready to roll. Bulldog should be on. I mean, the whole crew should be here, in theory. So again, I can't say that for certain, but and again, I'm just trying to see what I got going on here. Alright, so if I skip the line, I can go all the way up to D. Or I can go B and run straight up the middle. If I do that, though, these guys are going to be jacked up. But I think I would be okay. I'm sure I'm going to run into some prize attacks here going up this middle streak, but let's just see what happens. I could get totally owned, and if so, so be it. Hey, what's up, Cam? Good to see you. Deadpool nut job. So the way this ranking is going to be, it's going to be depending on how much that signature ability affects a champion, essentially. So, all right. So let's make a couple calls. Let's get some of the guys on the line. What is up, Mr. Anthony?
Hello.
So I got Anthony and Jacob going to be jumping on. Let's see here. What's up, Wesley Allen? And Juck says, you guys come up with some pretty interesting topics. I hope you folks have plenty more in the near future for the game. We've got them for days. We've got all sorts of ideas. So,
hello.
What's up, Mr. Jacob? How are you?
Great. Doing great.
Oh, good. All right, well, I'm going to grind out this 5-2 here for a little bit while we let everybody start rolling in. I really need to text Bulldog and make sure he knows to be on. I forget he's horrible about checking line.
You don't want to do your Stark assignment?
As much as I want to do Stark assignment, my dilemma becomes I'm running out of time to get...
For what?
August 2nd?
Yeah, you don't need it. You can do it after that.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm aware I can do it afterwards, but...
It'll be there forever. The Stark assignments will not.
Correct. I'm aware. It's one of those things. I don't want to miss a day of the new crystal. And we're running out of time. Though I think I should be able to get there fairly easy. We'll see what happens. Hey, what's up, Glock? Good seeing you here. Jose says Scarlet Witch really needs to be duped. And that's what we're talking about tonight, Jose. We're talking about who has to be duped, who doesn't, and what it brings to the table.
This one might be the second one that has a clean sweep for number one, though.
Well, I don't know.
I know.
I'm interested to see that one.
Yeah, it could.
I'm stuck on a couple.
Me too, but I have a feeling number one is going to be a clean sweep.
Really?
And I have a feeling I know what that person is going to be.
Wow. Yeah, I think we all will probably agree. It's going to be hard not to agree on number one. The interesting point is going to be where it goes after that.
Yeah. And I might switch it up. I don't know.
All right. And we're letting everybody kind of filter in here real quick. As soon as I kill Joe Fix-It here, I will give Bulldog a text.
Also, the other thing, the new crystal, the uncollected crystal, is going to be a mainstay and not ever go away type of thing.
Right.
So is missing a day, 2 or 3, even a week really that big of a deal?
It could be, I think.
And Stark assignment, the rewards for missing one of them is minimal.
I mean,
True.
Here's my problem with the Stark assignments. I just don't get enough out of them to really be like, oh, I need to go spend all day, every day grinding those things out. They drain so much energy, so time-consuming.
You can do the whole entire thing with less than 1 energy.
Yeah, but still, it locks that up. And the problem is they come back around so often that you're right back on it. Like, yeah, okay, I got it done. And then I'm stuck doing it again. Look, the crystals that you get out of it, great. Maybe I'm going to get a 4-star. Here's the thing. I have all the 4-star champions that come out of there. So I'm not overly concerned there. And then there's the catalyst. Okay, I could use the fragments for the catalyst, but I've got a large chunk of catalyst already building up. So I guess I just run into it and I just don't see a reason there that it's like a must-have.
Okay.
And it probably should be, but you know how I am. I'm weird about weird stuff, so. Yeah, there's Frojo.
I added them.
Okay, good deal. Look at you guys getting quick on it. Taco Bell Gaming said he beat the collector earlier today. Congratulations, man. Nice to see. Oh, I almost forgot to text Bulldog.
I'll be right back.
Frojo, I hear your seatbelt dinging at you.
Yeah, it's on now. Man, I before I went to sleep earlier, when I got off your stream from earlier, I went ahead and ranked up Vulture and played with him a bit, and then I crashed, man, and then I didn't wake up till you called me on Skype a little while ago, and I was like, "Where's my iPad?" Because it was ringing on my iPad, and my iPad somehow ended up underneath my bed.
Nice.
And I couldn't get to it, and then I was like, I was like, what time is it? So then I got on the computer, saw it was like 10, almost 11 or whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was like, I need to get up. And I was like, I need to eat something. So now I'm driving. I don't know where I'm gonna go.
I'm so used to you driving because you're at work. So
No, I just got up to go get something to eat.
Fair enough.
The house is all asleep already. You know, it's 11:30 at night, so I was like, I don't want to wake nobody up. I'll just go grab something.
Don't blame you there.
So what are you just playing through the quest?
Playing through the quest, and then we're also going to be looking at rankings tonight based on signature ability dependency, or dependability.
I'm glad I showed up.
Yeah, me too. That's the joys of having us all here.
Yeah,
oh, and I just got
heard
toasted.
I heard Anthony messaging, talking about the new crystal, and what happens if you miss for a while. I think for like a player like me, missing it for like a week or two wouldn't be a big deal. But for someone like you that's still growing their account, it could be game changing for someone like you. Like if you get in there before August 2nd, and you start getting these things that you probably wouldn't normally get,
right,
unless people are pushing you to do it, like us. Like, hey man, it's going to be really good for all these players and stuff. I think it could be game changing for someone that's still growing.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone like me, it may not be something like amazingly awesome unless these tier 2 alpha shards that we're going to get is a significant amount. Otherwise, it may not be like a freaking amazing for someone like me in my account, but for someone like you that's still growing their account, it could be amazing.
Well, my thoughts behind it is similar to that. All it takes is one good lucky day with it, and it makes up for anything else, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Because of the rewards that are going to be in it, and I just got waxed by that ability again. Jeez. I've really got to stop charging in so much. Oops. But it's kind of one of those things where, the Stark assignments are nice, but, it's all pieces of this, that, and the other. The daily, heck, if you get lucky and pull a tier 2 alpha fragment, or a couple days of that, who knows? You can still pull a 4-star. The 5-star crystal fragments are nice, but I believe, does the new daily one have that as well?
I don't think there is a new daily crystal.
The new daily crystal is the crystal coming out on August 2nd.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have... Do you know, does it have 5-star shards availability in that?
No.
No, okay. I couldn't remember.
The 5-star shards that you're going to get from it are going to be from duping champs from that crystal.
Right.
That's what's going to be amazing about it. If you get a Sig 99 champ, say like I pulled my Captain America, well that's like 500 shards, because it's my my Captain America's already duped, so he's already Sig 99. So that's going to be double the shards for pulling a 4-star.
Right. That's kind of what I look at.
And that's
so.
something that you're going to be. That's something you're going to be getting that you weren't getting before. You every day you have the potential of pulling a 4-star.
Right.
That's the crazy. Think about that. Every day you have potential of pulling a 4-star from this daily crystal.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of what I'm screaming at. It is I guess the Stark assignments are nice. You got a fragment crystal for the T4 class catalyst, but again, it's fragments, and while those are important, it's just at this point, I guess maybe it's more so my annoyance with the fragments. You know, I haven't gotten anything good. It's been torture, and so maybe that's the difference. Is for me, I'm just kind of like I'm done with these fragments. I'm nowhere near getting my tech catalyst that I need, so I'm kind of like screw this, you know.
Well, you're certainly not going to get any more if you don't get the crystals.
No, but completing what 5-1 or 5-2 is going to give you one of them. Is that right?
Not sure.
I
think you get some basics.
I can't remember.
I think you get some tier 4 basics.
Yeah, I don't think you get any because you get the 4 to 5 gem, which is technically.
Oh.
Well, that's 100%.
Yeah, right.
I think for 100% you do get a tier 4 CC.
No, I think you get the rank up gem.
You get the gem.
This is the gem.
Which is technically.
I thought you got 1 or something. I hate that gem.
3
Yeah.
classes technically.
Oh, you do get a T4CC and the rank up gem for 100%, and then you get two basics for completion.
That's even better.
Yeah.
No, it sucks.
For me, it's not.
That's actually. Wow, I thought it was just a gem.
We need 5-star Sig Stones in Act 5, not 4-star.
Well, that part I don't disagree with.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, for someone at your level, it does kind of suck.
Oh, I hate
like that
playing
to
on the
be
iPad at times.
A 5-star to rank 3 gem and not a 4-star to rank 5.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea actually.
What is it?
But they were thinking though that if you got the gem that you wouldn't have to use 3 of your class cats and you could therefore put them into a 5-star. Was their thinking, which technically is true, but that's only if you get the one you want and it works out. Like if it's the class that you don't have any cats in, like everything has to be perfect for it to really benefit.
Throw my stupid iPad. The reaction time between the iPad and the iPhone are drastically different. And after playing on the iPhone most of the day, you can.
I don't know why
tell.
you torture yourself with it.
Well, because it's so much easier to leave my phone here handy. And I keep thinking, oh, I think I'll be okay. But rarely does that go that way. Alright, let's get ready to roll. I'll go pop this. Bulldog should be on here shortly. And I can't believe Chid's not here yet. Unless he's just hanging out somewhere in the background not saying anything. Which is possible.
Who needs Chid anyways?
That Chid. Lim, sounds like there's a Stark assignment going right now.
Yeah, there is.
Jacob, no, it's for 4 to 5. In the Act 5 rewards. In the arena rewards, you do get the 1 to 2, though.
What do you mean? I was talking about 5-star to rank 3 instead of a 4-star to rank 4 to 5.
Yeah, no. Read the chat, Jacob. The other Jacob.
Oh. We gotta clarify.
You gotta say Sigler and...
Yeah.
Or just call him J Sig. That's the easiest way. Alright, I'll do this fight here and then, Starvolt says, Sly, just get another iPhone for... Yeah, let me, I got that money sitting around.
You could buy a new iPad.
That is on my list. I got a lot of...
You could have gotten Dorky Dave's iPad.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
He was selling it. It might still be available. I don't know.
Nah, he sold it.
Did he?
So, alright guys, and again, we're getting ready to start our ranking for the night. Man, I have had some of the worst luck with proccing regen out of my Wolverine. I say that, then he procs it twice. Figures.
Yeah, he procs it twice with no power.
Pretty much, yeah. That's been the way it's been going for him.
Is yours rank 4? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I timed out earlier today. Came back half health, and I'd say timed out. The phone somehow dropped the signal or whatever, so game had to be reloaded. So I got the joy of that cluster.
I love it.
Makes me so mad.
Roger, you there?
I think he's ordering, so it's probably on mute. Would be my guess. So everybody have fun. Yell some sort of menu item out to Frojo here. Double stuffed chili bean burrito, things like that. Oh, Ace Fusion's here, and he says that's what counts. Hey, what's up? It's your boy. Good seeing you. What's up, DJ Ray Ray? All right, let's get ready to do the rankings here. I'm going to switch things over. That way you guys don't have to mess with anything. And let's get ready to roll as we move into our rankings. All right.
Oh man.
Did you get you some grub?
Yeah. Also ran into a homeless man. Walks up to me while I'm ordering food.
Okay.
And he wanted like $8 to go. So he says it costs $10 to get in the homeless shelter, the Salvation Homeless Shelter over on First Street over here. And I'm just like,
That's a complete lie.
I figured
Yeah.
it was.
From experience, I know firsthand that they are completely free.
What is?
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was, but
Yeah.
All right. Chid is here, so let's grab him. Get him in here.
Rojo, nice video, man.
about Vulture.
Yeah.
I'm not really. What I like about Vulture is all you have to do is do a dexterity to them, and you put an incinerate on them, and depending on how much his charge is, the stronger it is, or something like that. I like that. It's unique. It's different. It's really cool because it's like you're getting hit by them afterburners when he backs up, so it's pretty cool. The siphon, like I don't know if I'm just not seeing it or not figuring out how it works. I'm not really seeing me gain power. I'm not really seeing them lose power. So I don't know. I've been kind of like shaking my head on it.
You gain power from that?
I don't know. Like I didn't take a look at the ability, but siphon sounds like you take it from them and you gain it. Like that's
that does sound like a site. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I like this. I like the way you did the video too.
All right, and we're gonna grab Bulldog. Bulldog is here, guys, and then let's get to ranking.
Yeah, some videos there's no reason to talk. There's no reason for anything else. Some things are just
self-explanatory.
Get the rewards, rank it up, fight with it. I mean, that was like literally like when I do those videos, like literally that's my first fight. Like sometimes I'll get comments on there, you do not know how to play with this champion. And I'm like, it was my first fight. Of course I don't know how to play with this champion.
You gotta love people. They're so merciful.
Yeah.
Bulldog, are you there?
Yep.
All right. So it looks like we got everybody here. Guys, we are looking at the rankings tonight. We are looking at signature ability dependability. Yeah, that's right. It's a lot to be said, but that's what we're looking at. In other words, how important is the signature ability to a champion? What does it do to him? How important is it? And what will it bring to the table for him? So that's what we're looking at tonight. Just how much does that signature ability really matter? So,
Well, I can guess who the number one across the board is going to be. I'm not going to say it yet, but I bet we all got the exact same number one.
well, I tell you what, I think we're all here, so let's go ahead and get this party started.
Let's get it started.
Although I have a feeling Jacob might throw a wrench into that.
Just to be Jacob.
No, I'll have reasoning.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and start it out.
Whatever.
To me, there's no doubt about it. The number one champion all the way around on this is Star-Lord. Once he's awake, and there's a reason why everybody sits around praying and hoping that they awaken their Star-Lord, because once he's awakened, he is game over. Number one in the business, Star-Lord. Chid, who do you got here for number one?
Yeah, there's no debate on that one. Definitely Star-Lord.
All right, Jacob, who you got here for number one?
Dang it. I thought it was going to be different, but yeah, Star-Lord. I thought I had a different champ.
You thought that was going to be different, really?
I thought Scarlet Witch was going to be the clean sweep.
Really?
No, not even a chance in hell.
Really, Jacob? You thought Scarlet Witch? Really?
Interesting.
All right.
That is interesting, actually.
Somebody's got some wind blowing through their mic. It's Frojo, I think.
I mean my AC.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. All right, Frojo, who do you got for your number one champ for signature dependability?
Well, I'm gonna be the one that's different. Ha ha ha!
Don't do it. Don't do it.
OG
Wow.
Deadpool? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got the best heal in the game, and it comes straight from his signature ability. All you gotta do is keep his power. He's a weak champion, like power-wise and all that stuff, but his signature ability keeps me alive through every single Alliance quest, and if I use him on Alliance War, which I do sometimes when I am not using him in Alliance quest, but yeah. He keeps me alive. Like yesterday, when we were doing the ranking on my channel, I did some Alliance Quest fights, and I went down to like no health, and then went all the way back up.
I saw that. So let me just ask you this. So you mean to tell me you have one gem and only one?
OG Deadpool.
You're ranking him before.
OG Deadpool.
Wow.
I fought this for the longest time. People were telling me, awaken your Deadpool. And I was like, you can't be that good. No, I'm not doing it. Dude, I went a whole year before I awakened the Deadpool. And once I did it, I was like, how in the world did I never do this?
Fair.
Frojo,
my friend, you could not be more wrong. You could try, but you would fail.
What sig level did you have to get to be able to survive a degen node in match 6?
I would say probably over. I don't know that answer exactly. I'm guessing. I would say somewhere around 50, 40. But I had the 6 stones laying around also. I went from 1 to like 70, and then I put the rest on Archangel. I saved some because I was like, I might want to put some of these on another one. And I saved some, and then when I got Archangel, I awakened him as well, and I put like 39 on him immediately. That's why I just now, like this last week, Deadpool just now got Sig 99 because I threw some on Archangel.
Wow. So here, just real quick, this is exactly what we run into in the chat right out the gate. DMR News says, Star-Lord, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, done. Everybody's quickly saying Star-Lord, no doubt, no doubt. Then we scrolled down a little bit on, and we got Refugee saying great topic as always. Chris saying what's the vote on best sig ability? Yeah, basically how important the signature ability is to the champion.
Yeah, and not dependability. I think the word that should be there is dependency. How dependent is the champion on their signature ability to be useful?
Good call. We'll change that.
Well, Deadpool is very dependent on it.
Well, I'm going to look at it right now to see whether or not I'm wrong with my pick, but
All right,
I don't think I am.
Time out. I'm a horrible speller. Again, English is not my first language.
Dependency.
Yep, I was right.
Or Ancy. No, it's an E.
Ency, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, surely there's someone else out there that if you're an English major or a spelling master, spelling bee champion, you let us know if I spelt that right or wrong. All right. Anyways, DMR News says Frojo has lost it. Deadpool has regen without his signature. So, hey, what's up, Quickshot Gaming? Good to see you here. Supersonic says Frojo's on my death list. Frojo, I think you're getting hate mail, basically. So, yeah, interesting. But it is a good choice. I can see where you're coming from. It is a massive difference for that champion. So, interesting. I like it. All right. Let's see. After Frojo, we got Anthony. Yeah. Who do you got, man?
Chris, before I answer, Chris, basically, yeah. I was kind of thinking that like 1 through 5 is generic worthy, and then like I don't know, maybe like some of the 6s too, depending. And I was thinking like 7 through 8 would be like class specific,
and 9 and 10 wouldn't be at all.
Well, and then 9 would be class specific if this 1 through 8 is already awoken, and then
right.
And then 10 is kind of like wait for a crystal.
Yeah, pray for somebody different.
It's kind of how I was picturing it in my head. But
that's a good description.
And then, but yeah, so my number 1 is Star-Lord.
Hey, Bulldog, I'll send you a picture of my Deadpool.
I'm reading it right now. I have him on my alt. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so number 1 for Anthony is Star-Lord. All right, Bulldog, who do you have for number 1?
Number 1 is Star-Lord, and I'll explain why. Because I wanted to reread the Deadpool to compare to make sure, because I hadn't really factored him into my decision making, so I kind of wanted to read it. So looking at this, my understanding of this, is what champions essentially have to be awakened, otherwise they're worthless. And Star-Lord, to me, is the epitome of that. Without his awakened ability, what have you got? You got an element gun that is completely unreliable. You have no way of controlling what it does. And that's about it, the occasional fury. Now, Deadpool, the thing is Deadpool has regen without his signature ability. Dropping below 20%, he on my 3-star, which is Sig 99, he recovers 1,687 health over 6 seconds. So he's already got regen, and not a bad regen either without it. Plus, he's got his 100% chance to do bleed on his special 2 and his special 3. Now, awakening Deadpool, taking him, opening that signature ability and taking it to 99 makes him essentially a god tier champion. I mean, there's no regenerator that can hang. But I would make the argument that without his signature ability, he is still a usable and solid champion. Is he god tier? Absolutely not. But he is still usable.
I could not use him before.
You weren't using him on map 6. I'm sure of that. But I'm sure he's usable in quests. I use him on quests on my alt account. Mine's my 3-star when I'm doing like easy stuff. I still make the argument that he's more useful unduped than Star-Lord is. Unduped Star-Lord is worthless.
I feel the same way about Deadpool.
And it's interesting to see because you have a player that has a champion that most of us don't. And it kind of comes back to even how we look at it when we talk about like Jacob here. He's completed the LOL. He's completed the stuff that some of us haven't, and he's got champions we don't. And we sit here and we go, okay, well, just how good or how bad is this? And then we find out, So, and here's to show you, I'm playing on my phone. I just completed that chapter that I was stuck on, that everybody got to watch me get smashed around. So, all right. Coming back around, Bulldog, what do you got for number 2?
Number 2 is going to be Scarlet Witch. Again, without that ability, she's just somebody who hits and punches. She's a little bit better now that they reworked her special one, so it's a little more usable. It's always been great if you're fighting against her, if she's on defense, because it was harder to dodge that weird slow bulb, but it was, total garbage when you were on the kicking end. Now her special 2 has always been awesome, but the fact that they reworked it makes her a little bit better. But I would still say that without her signature ability Awakened, she is close to, I don't want to say worthless, but the gap between unawakened Scarlet Witch and awakened Scarlet Witch is immense.
I don't disagree. It makes sense. Anthony, who you have for number 2?
Wow. My number 2 is Wolverine, but that was before I realized we were adding OG Deadpool to this.
He's been here the whole time.
Yeah, I know, but he's so rare. I assume that he gets put on the back burner because he's just not that common. But either way, it's Wolverine. Wolverine's regeneration is just it's so good. It's almost a cheat code. So
What does it tick for when you have full power and stuff?
Apparently at mine's only R4 Sig 99, but Ace Fusion has R5 99, and he says right here that it's 539 per tick.
Over what, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, something like that?
I forget.
10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. I'll look it up here in a
Yeah, I
second.
think it is because my R4 is at like 3,200 overall health. So yeah, it's probably 10 seconds.
Yep. Wow. People still going on about the Star-Lord versus OG Deadpool. And guys, you got to remember, this is why we do it with multiple people. It allows different perspectives. It allows different thought process. All those things come into play. And there is no right, there is no wrong. So, yeah.
Rojo, what does OG tick for?
He's over 160 now when he's at full power. And then when he gets his other one, it's like the one that Bulldog was talking about.
Do you run recovery, Frojo?
What?
Do you run recovery?
Yeah, I do.
That bumps it up then, yeah.
Yeah, it bumps it up some. It's over 160. I think it's almost 170. I think it's close to that.
It's over 9,000.
Yeah, it's constantly that. It does not stop. It doesn't change. It's
Right.
there.
Right. You don't need to get hit or hit. It's just always ticking.
The best is it doesn't cause
power meter.
Yeah. The best is
have
it.
to... Go ahead, Jacob.
I was just gonna say the best is it doesn't cause mystic dispersion.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right.
You can't nullify it. You can't stagger it. You can't take it away from him.
Yeah.
All right. Coming back around, Frojo, we've got you up next. Who's your number 2?
Star-Lord.
Hey.
Everybody can calm down now. Star-Lord's number 2.
Jacob, who do you have for number 2?
I have to say Black Widow. I'd say she is pretty useless until she's duped.
And
Whereas-
99.
Yeah. Whereas, like, Scarlet Witch, let's say, she still has Nullify. Her specials do very good damage still. So, that's why Black Widow is mine.
Makes sense. All right. Chid, who do you have here?
Well, my decision has always been this person for number 2. It's Black Widow. Because she's still the only person that reduces ability accuracy just by looking at you. Come on, who else can do that?
Good call. Again, we're looking at the dependency of that ability of being awakened. I think I'm going to have to agree here. Number 2's got to go to Black Widow. if she's not awakened, she's not near the champion that she is. So it's kind of a no-brainer to me. She gets around so much when she's awakened. Sure, they nerfed her a bit. Yes, there are some fights where she's not as needed to be awakened, I guess. But once she's awakened, she can still do some freaky things and take care of a lot of problems for you. So I'm going to have to go Black Widow because she depends on it so much. Wow, my number 3. You know, I think my number 3 is going to have to go right back up here. I'm going to give it to OG Deadpool, even though, let's be honest, most of us don't have him. We'll never get to see him. The facts are exactly this. His ability there is just phenomenal. And because of that, he's going to be number 3. It's the best heal in the game, and you want it on your side, I can tell you that. So, number 3 goes to OG Deadpool. Chid, who do you got for number 3?
I can tell people are gonna hate me for this one, but it's going to OG Vision.
OG Vision.
Yep.
Makes sense. All right. Jacob, who do you got?
My number 3 is Scarlet Witch. No brainer.
Number 3 going to Scarlet Witch. All right. Frojo.
Black Widow.
Oh, good. Thank you.
All right. Holy
I'm on the
smokes.
air right now, so.
1 second out there. Are you okay there, Bulldog?
Yeah, sorry, I tried to cover the mic. I have something on my screen and I couldn't mute it.
Oh, you're fine. No worries. All right. Anthony, who do you got for number 3?
My number 3 is Scarlet Witch.
All right. And Bulldog, who do you have for number 3?
My number 3 is Black Widow. Again, I mean, the reason she's number 3 and not number 2 or number 1 is, she's got that good critical hit and she's hard to parry. So she's got a little bit of usefulness, but like her signature ability is so powerful. It's the whole reason you have her. Having her unduped is horrible. So yeah, she's definitely number 3.
Just to be factually correct, you can parry her unduped. The ability reduction is what makes her unparryable.
Is that what it is? So her ability reduction makes her harder to parry? I just thought it was some mechanic of the character, like the way she was programmed or something.
Nope.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know if that changes things for you or if it stays the same, but
No, it still stays the same. I mean, it's all about I was just trying to. I try not to just say a name and move on. I'm not Chid, so I like to give a little bit of little bit of thought process.
yeah,
All right.
I just figured to throw the facts out just to be.
No, I appreciate it. Absolutely. Yeah, now I know.
All right.
I always just thought it was a weird thing about her character.
Number 4. Who do you got?
Number 4, even though he's rare, I'm going to go ahead and go with OG Deadpool. Because, again, I don't think he's dependent on that to be usable. If I had him and he was unduped, I would still rank him up and use him. But, boy, you want to talk about night and day between duped and unduped, Sig 99. It's night and day. And I totally get where Frojo's coming from. I just don't agree with him that qualifies as number 1.
All right. Let's see here. What do we got? By the way, let's go back to the chat. We got a lot of chatters here. Terrell Brown saying, Bulldog, what's up? What's good? Welcome, Terrell Brown. Where are we at here? Chris says he's going to throw a couple out there. You got Magic and Jane Foster. Quick Shot Gaming says OG Daredevil. Q Lion saying in his class you got OG Deadpool. In tech you got Star-Lord, Mystic, Scarlet Witch or Voodoo, Science, Classic Spidey, Skill, Black Widow, Cosmic, Superior, Iron Man. Interesting choices. Legendary Bro says.
I could.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Legendary Bros says, "Slice 'em, I love your streaming. It helps a lot." Hey, thanks. We're glad it helps. So, all right, Bulldog, what was you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to say I could agree with the Daredevil one. Who was it he said before Daredevil? Not Jane Foster, but
Magic.
do you remember Magic? I totally disagree with the Magic one. I mean, unduped Magic is still a monster. Duped makes her even better because the limbo damage happening more often and everything. But I wouldn't even put Magic in my top 20. She's good unduped. I almost rank 3'd my 5-star today. I just ended up not doing. I took Dormammu to 440 instead, and then I ran out of catalysts.
All right, and again, guys, if you're new, I saw True here. Welcome. We are ranking champions based on their ability or their signature ability dependency. So it depends on how dependent they are on that signature ability to become a good champion. That's what we're ranking. So, all right.
Yeah.
So Bulldog.
Bro2D2, I disagree with that one as well. Like I said, I took my Dormammu unduped to 440 today, and I certainly would have done that if he was a top 5, bad unduped champion. I think it's the same thing with Magic, where duping him certainly makes him much more ferocious, but even unduped, he's still a good champion. I'm going to put him on my war defense.
All right, let's keep moving.
Tony talked me into it.
Because we've got a lot to cover. Guys, we're watching the chat. We'll try to catch up with us every so often. Number 4, Anthony, who do you got?
What is it? Star-Lord, Wolverine. I just want to be clear that I count Wolverine and OG Deadpool in the same breath. So Scarlet Witch. My number 4 is also Black Widow.
All right. Frojo, what do you got for number 4?
OG Vision.
OG Vision, all right.
I can't put OG Deadpool on there twice. Darn it.
Jacob, who do you have for number 4?
Shoot. I will have to go with classic Daredevil.
Wow, classic Daredevil. All right. Chid, what do you got for number 4?
Before, I'll give it to Scarlet Witch.
All right. My number 4 is going to be Scarlet Witch as well. To me, it's hard to even put her at 4. She's such a good champion once she's duped or awakened. You could argue her anywhere through 1 through 4. These are all these top excuse me. These top 4 champions, these top 5 really are all champions. If you have them, awaken them. I mean, they are huge to be awakened. So my number 4 will go to Scarlet Witch. Number 5, wow. Let's see here. This is tough.
Well, you said John Robb 1977 says Spider-Gwen. No, never mind. She sucks no matter what.
Pretty true. Man. This is so tough. I think my number 5... I'm going to have to do it. I think my number 5 is going to go to... it'll go to... Man. This is tough. Wolverine, I guess. You know what? No. I take that back. Archangel. Archangel's a drastically different champion once he's awakened. He's a whole nother monster. Yeah, I would use mine on Archangel ahead of time. So, yep. There you go. Number 5, Chid. What do you got?
This one is... Let me see... I'll get hate for this answer, but yeah, you know what? I'll use them later on. So, this is really tough, actually. I'm torn between to spite people or just go easy.
Give us the truth. Let's go.
Truth.
If you got a generic signature stone, who you dropping it on?
Let's see. I would definitely drop it on. Ha. Give me 1 sec. Looking through the classes one more time.
If I may, real quick,
Absolutely.
I don't think that those two things are necessarily the same thing. This ranking is signature ability to dependency, but I don't think that it. Now, so far, every champ that's been listed, I would say I would probably use a generic stone on. But I know my number 5 is the one that I'm going to say that is. It has a huge gap between duped and unduped, but I would not use a signature stone on them. So, or not signature, but awakening gem. So bear that in mind that doesn't necessarily mean that they deserve a gem. So far, I'd agree, yes, but there's going to be some of these that I'm going to rank as being, hugely different awakened, but I wouldn't necessarily awaken them that way. So go ahead. God, it's so hard because there's actually a bunch of them now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, there's actually a lot.
There's a chunk
Yeah,
of
screw it. I'm just gonna go
somebody just
with-
threw out Thor.
Oh no, because this one I definitely noticed it when I awakened him. So Dr. Voodoo.
Can't argue that one.
I can.
All right, Dr. Voodoo with a 5 vote from Chid. Jake, who you got?
Going with the chat. He read my mind. The God of Thunder, Thor.
Nice. Yep. Big difference once he's awakened. All right. Frojo, what do you got here?
It's got to be Scarlet Witch. I haven't ranked her yet, and she's got to be in the top 5. So Scarlet Witch.
I agree. I was going to be sad if she didn't get a 5 vote from everybody because it's so massive for her. But Anthony, what do you got for number 5?
Well, I'm gonna change my 4
Okay.
and make my who I was gonna pick 5 my 4, and that's OG Vision, and which I really thought I was gonna be the only one to pick. I'm not. I forgot Frojo had him.
I'm surprised anyone picked him, frankly. I wouldn't put him in my top 5.
That's
He's
just
nothing
me.
without his signature. If he
He
didn't
is.
have that, he wouldn't have synthesis.
Yep.
So that breaks.
Oh,
he's
synthesis.
nothing
Yeah.
about him is good at that point.
I was only thinking about the power burn. You're right. Synthesis. That's huge.
I can't believe I'm actually. I thought I was gonna be the only one, but I should have thought Frojo went there too.
I almost put him number 2, but I knew I was going to get lynched and hung at that point.
Chid had him.
He could-
Chid is the only ranked him the highest at number 3.
Hey, Chid knows what he's talking about on this one.
You ranked him at number 3.
Yep.
Boy, what?
Chid had him at 3, so there you go. So Anthony, you're saying put OG at 4 and then
Yeah.
move number 5 to Black Widow.
Dr. Voodoo.
Oh, so you're taking Black Widow off your list altogether.
Yep. And I'll explain why when we get to her.
All right.
Which isn't too far away.
Nope, not too far away at all. All right. Bulldog, who do you got for number 5?
Well, first, let me give honorable mention to a couple of champions. Of course, the Thor. I think he could have easily cracked the top 5 for me. OG Deadpool is a name I've seen bandied about that I would also not have questioned anybody putting in their top 5. Classic Spider-Man, again, another one I would not have questioned. But for me, and this is why I made the caveat that I did, but the champion in the 5th slot for me that has the biggest gap essentially between, in usability between unawakened and awakened, but I would not use a generic gem on this person, is Juggernaut. Without his signature ability, he is beyond useless. And so, yeah, I would not use him until he was duped. But I don't think I definitely would not use a generic awakening gem on him.
I wouldn't even use him duped.
And curveball of the night goes to Bulldog.
Here's the thing.
Good pick, though.
Here's what I think I'm going to do. Man, this is driving me crazy. Because now that I think about the dependency on it, you guys make a good point. I'm actually going to remove my 5 from Archangel, and it does have to go to OG Vision. That synthesis, without it, he is nothing. I use a generic on him. I would use a class catalyst or a class awakening gem on Archangel in them, no problem. And if I had OG already done and these other guys already done, then sure I would dump it on Archangel. But if you got OG Vision and he's not awakened, he's got to be awakened. If not, he's just not a useful character. So yeah, I'm gonna make that move.
Just for future reference, the Spike people decision was actually Juggernaut.
The what?
The decision I was going to make if I didn't choose White Chosen number 5 would have been Juggernaut.
Interesting.
Don't make decisions to please people, man.
No, I'm not trying to please
anyone. Give it your honest opinion, like what you actually. That's the whole point of it.
So that's the thing. I was thinking like if I choose him, would I actually use a gem on him? And realized I wouldn't. That's why I didn't use him as number 5.
Okay, so let's go over this real quick, guys. And again, we're gonna view who all got top 5 votes. Just if they got a vote for a top 5, they're gonna get a mention here. So with that being said, what we've got Doc Voodoo with a top 5 vote. He got a 5 from both Chid and Anthony. You've got, let's see, Juggernaut got a top 5 vote from Bulldog. Scarlet Witch ends up in the top 5 by at least every person ranking here, our panel of judges, with a 4.43.532, averaging out a little over 3, I think. Nobody in the science class. Tech, Star-Lord with all 1s minus Frojo's 2. OG Vision getting votes from everybody but Jacob and Bulldog. Oh, did I miss one here? Oh, yeah. Thor with a number 5 vote from Jacob. You got Wolverine on the board from Anthony. OG Deadpool getting a couple votes. Black Widow and OG Daredevil. So, all right, guys.
Okay. So real quick, True Story says, I'm still trying to understand this ranking system. I semi-understand. I think I figured out a better way to describe it than what we've been doing. Here's, I think, the best description of it. I think this is a list of champions that are not worth ranking up and using until they are duped. Now, whether that comes from you using a stone on it or waiting until you pull them, it's the champions that have the biggest gap between usability between duped and unduped. So, for example, Juggernaut, I would never bother ranking him up at all. I mean, I would do him to 330, but I do everybody that. But I would never take him to 440 until he was duped. Now, whether or not I would choose to use a gem is a personal thing or not. But I think I'm just trying to make it so everybody understands that it's what champions are essentially worthless until they're duped and who's got that biggest gap. Because some champs are good unduped and great duped. Some, like what we're looking at here, are just basically garbage until you dupe them. And then they're useful.
Yeah, and some are great unduped, but their signature ability is just so good. Like,
right.
So there's that too. So the way I went about it was I looked at the signature ability on its own entity first, and whether it was useful or not useful. And then after that, then I looked at, does it make the champion better, great, excellent, or just adds a little extra? And then from there, I went to would I put a gem on it, and I kind of went in that order.
Right.
That's just how I did it.
And again, this is the joys of it. There's multiple ways to look at it. We all viewed the dependency on it a couple different ways. So.
Yeah, Obi-Don. So, like, Thor is a perfect example where until he's duped, he is essentially worthless. Now, Spider-Man, and even if he's not duped, he's still got the armor break. He's still got a powerful. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about Thor, but the idea being is how much do they improve? If you were to look at it on a scale of, say, 1 to 10, 1 being garbage and 10 being, godlike. And, these are the champions that are essentially a 1 until you dupe them, and then they're, a 9 or a 10. Because regardless of what Juggernaut, a duped Juggernaut, especially if you're running MD, is very good. If you're running MD level 4 or 5 and you're firing specials every 3-4 seconds, that's no joke.
All right. And again, Quick Shot kind of says, I feel you should split this between champions that only need to be awakened champions that benefit from being the most at being Sig 99. There's debates. We can even go back and look at that right now. This is signature ability dependency, which would be how much they depend on being awakened, essentially, and then what it means and how important that signature ability is. So we can dig deeper into this at another time. I don't disagree with that. Brian says, can I ask you guys a question? Vulture, hot garbage, or jury still out?
Jury's still out.
Let's say we're waiting to see.
I need to get that SIG ability in determined. I need to play with him more as well.
All right.
Walter?
Vulture, yeah.
All right, guys. Let's start at the top and let's get this thing rolling and move through to the bottom here. We're going to start here at the top, and we're going to be looking at Hawkeye. How important is that signature ability? To me, look, he does great damage with it. It's handy. It's nice. The problem is it's once per fight. Go ahead. What do you got, Frojo?
Can someone read each signature ability before we decide on all these? Because some of these I don't know as well as others.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, hemorrhage is it does a certain amount of damage over 1 minute of time. And it procs once, which isn't in the description, but Kabam said it is.
Yeah, I can actually tell you them all by heart, so.
All right. So
Yeah, I know what's one too.
Hawkeye, for me, because it is once, though it is powerful, it's not something you have to have. He's not dependent on it. And for that reason, I'm going to give him a 10. Chid.
Agreed.
He's a 10. You definitely don't need it. It's nice to have, but you don't need it.
Jacob.
Same 10. It pains me to give my boy a 10 on something, but it has to be.
Right? That was my first 4-star, man.
All right. What do you got here, Frojo?
9.
A 9. Wow. All right, Anthony, what's your thoughts here on Hawkeye?
I hate that it says 25% chance to proc, but Kabam says it only happens once per fight, which is complete crap. But it lasts forever, and it's just always ticking in the background. But I wouldn't use a gem on him ever, and I would wait for a crystal, so for that reason, I'd give him a 10.
All right, Bulldog, what's your thoughts here on Hawkeye?
10 in a New York second. Yeah, that ability is completely unnecessary. You know, I've taken my rank 5, my 5-star up. I took my 4-star to 440 before he was even duped, because it doesn't make a real lick of difference. It's a nice little bonus on the when you get lucky and pull it off, like Anthony was saying. It's ticking and it's doing some great damage, but it's not going to influence the outcome of many fights.
All right.
Unnecessary.
Okay, before we start, Moon Knight, his ability is he either gains a percentage of power or the enemies suffer a reduction of power gain. It cycles every 6 hours.
Cycles every 6?
Yes.
Yeah, every 6 hours it switches between you gaining more power or the enemy gaining less.
Okay. By the way, welcome, Steiny. Good having you here again, buddy. Adam Marco says, dang, what was his score? I think Frojo ended up around 14 million to get him. Jason says, just real quick, he had Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Star-Lord, OG Deadpool, or not OG Deadpool, OG Daredevil, and Thor in his top 5, to use a generic on any
Makes
of them.
perfect sense.
That is exactly mine.
Yep. All
We
right.
think alike, buddy.
Coming back
Real
around.
quick, Yummy Baby, a.k.a. Sonic Deer. Yeah, I just watched that video. I was kind of bummed because I enjoyed watching him. We're going to miss him. But good luck to you, Swipe Train, wherever you go.
Wait, what?
Swipe Train posted a leave message today. He's quitting. He's already deleted the app.
Who the hell
Sorry,
is
who?
White Train?
I don't know who that is.
Swipe Train. He's a YouTuber. I like him.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
is that who Yummy Baby's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, Yummy Baby, by the way.
Hey, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, it sounds so
I think
dirty.
she meant Ice T or ST, not IT. You know, the
Yeah.
eye. That's what I think. So.
All right, let's
That's
see.
why I still call it Sonic.
Dirty saying hi, yummy baby. That just
That's why.
sounds weird. Ugh.
Exactly.
Coming around, Bulldog, what do you got here for Moon Knight?
Badoo. He's got to be. I mean, he's gonna have the bleed and the evade. So no, he's not gonna have the evade. Seems like it's relatively important for his health as a champion. I refuse to use him because I hate his mechanics. So I'm just gonna go safe and say 8.
What?
Middle of the road. I mean, I don't know how to rank it because I've never really used it. And it seems random. I mean, is it important to him as a champ? Somebody give me some feedback here.
It's power control.
It's noticeable too.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, that to me, that seems like an 8, a
When-
middle of the road.
When
need to see a
he-
rank to him.
when he's getting power, he gets a combo in like 6 hits, sometimes 5 if you mix a special in. When they're have lowered power gain, it's actually quite noticeable, and you can get maybe 2.5 combos in before they get a bar of power.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So that does make him better. I mean, obviously, it does. Yeah, I'm sticking with an 8.
All right, Anthony, what do you think here?
Hey, real quick, Slycem, I sent you that link
Yep, pulling it up.
on Skype. I sent it to you on Skype.
Yeah, I see it.
First off, LT left the game like 2 months ago, so yeah, a little behind on that one. Yummy baby. But I'd say it's a 8 as well, because it cycles and it's hard to tell. Like, you can't game plan for it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say, oh, well, I'm in this 6-hour time frame, so I'm going to use Moon Knight for, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, I don't know. It's a funky, it does work well, so it's an 8.
All right. Okay, let's see here. Frojo, what do you got here for Moon Knight?
I'm gonna say 9 as well.
All right. Jacob, what do you think?
An 8.
8.
Kind of, I don't know. It's a funky.
Somebody got some feedback there for a second. All right, Chid, what do you got here for Moon Knight?
It's a 9 only because it said it's noticeable, but that still doesn't change everything else.
All right, so this is kind of what I look at. The way I look at it, at the end of the day, I don't know which cycle it is. There's a lot of headaches with it. Am I going to burn a gem on this guy? No. If everybody else and their brother is duped, maybe I use it. And only because of that, I'm going to give it a 9. I don't see a reason to worry about it. Black Panther.
Yeah, that was exactly what Tony said. Like a 9 would be, you would use a skill-specific one if everybody else that you had was already, like if you were in my situation, where I already have Black Widow, Gwenpool, they're all duped, they're all 550, I got 3 Awakening Gems. Yeah, maybe why not Moon Knight?
All right. Coming back around, we've got Black Panther Civil War. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it worse to have him duped?
For defense.
Okay, for defense.
Yeah.
I'll read it here. I'll do it in my cool 50s announcer voice. Black Panther begins the fight with his reflective state active. Additionally, Black Panther's armor passively has a 45.73% chance to absorb heavy attack impacts by consuming 1 armor-up effect.
I just don't see it having a bearing on the champion. The fact that it makes him work worse on defense is where I would be putting the guy anyway. I wouldn't use a gem on him. I'm going to give him a 10. Chid?
I'll give him a 9 just because that unblockable for armor, it's really handy, especially when you need it.
Jacob?
Wait, what?
He goes unstoppable. Like, you can't break his block.
You can't parry him?
No, break his block. I think. Was it the other way around?
He absorbs the armor if he's heavy attacked, and it doesn't let him get
Yeah.
heavy attacked, Anthony.
Gotcha.
That's where it goes unstoppable.
He's not unstoppable.
Oh no, that's what pops up.
Yeah, that's why I was getting confused, because it's not unstoppable. Okay, I'm on the same
That's
page.
what pops up is what I mean.
All right, Jacob, what do you think here for Black Panther Civil War?
10, he's a champ. I would not want him weakened.
Frojo.
10 as well.
Anthony, what do you got here for PP?
10.
And Bulldog.
Yeah, go ahead.
10.
All right, we got OG Black Panther.
T'Challa's fists give way to cat-like claws, carving limitless lacerations in his targets, with a 9% chance, each dealing 305.46 direct damage over 7 seconds. He is obviously a 6.
All right.
Very easily could have had a case made for top 5, just barely missed it.
Anthony, what do you got here for Black Panther?
I also give him a 6. In fact, I will be chasing this dude hardcore in arena, both rounds, and dumping every 6 stone I possibly can into him.
Agreed. Great choice.
Frojo, what do you got here for Black Panther OG?
I'm gonna go 7.
Interesting. All right.
It's a great ability, but I don't know. It's not a 6 to me.
Okay, Jacob, what do you think?
It ain't even a 7 for me. It's an 8. It's weak.
Wow.
He gets those heavy bleeds without the sig. That's all that matters to me.
Makes sense. Chid?
No, it doesn't.
It's an 8 straight up. I was gonna say that. I was watching the video like I think a year ago when Mr. LT first got him, and he was saying that he can't stack his bleed unless he's awakened. And he used him in a duel, and he stacks his bleed. This guy went crazy because he saw a stack.
He goes crazy even if he opens the game. So let's not.
Oh my god, look at the loading screen. Oh my god, it's amazing.
Oh my god, there's Marvel characters on the loading screen.
When he pulled the 3-star Hyperion, dude, you would have thought he pulled a 5-star, man. It was crazy.
I should have seen his Karnak. He was going crazy. Oh, I got 4-star Karnak. I got 4-star Karnak. I got 4-star Karnak. This guy was mad.
The video of his that got me was when Rocket Raccoon came out. He opened all these crystals, right? Before he pulled a 3-star Rocket Raccoon, he got a Captain America 4-star, didn't even care. He was like, yeah, I got a 4-star. He pulls Rocket Raccoon 3-star, and he just goes nuts. I was like, you just opened a 4-star, and you acted like you barely even cared.
That's funny.
He used to be one of my favorites. I love his family, and I love the kids. I don't know. I'm a fan.
I just love the over-the-top reactions. That was priceless.
All right. Real quick, OG Black Panther for me. Look, he's good without it. I mean, he can bleed away a champion without it. I don't think that it is a must-have, and for that reason, I still have mine unduped, and I use him, so I'm going to give him an 8. It's not a must-have situation.
Hey, Slice him.
Yeah, Frojo.
If you capture that thing, I'm looking. All I'm doing is showing the character and the signature abilities.
I got you.
So if you take like maybe 30 seconds to do it, it could probably help everybody else.
That will work. Let me see if I can grab that. And again, guys, I'm working on grabbing another stream. Frojo's going to help us out here. All right.
Yeah, I'm doing a private stream for SlycemGaming. I know that sounds kind of dirty now that I said that out loud.
That's the way we like it. Giggity, giggity.
Cause that's the way, we like it.
Alright, let's see if this works.
Yeah, just throw it down in the bottom right after you put it up on the screen. Just make it like a quarter of the size.
Yep, I'm with you. Let's see. Oops, that's probably not it. That's not it. Uh-oh. And again, guys, there will be a lot of error here as I go.
If anyone in the chat doesn't understand or know or want just that little bit of extra information on any of these, just ask.
Yeah, feel free to let us know if there's a question.
Because some of them we might just assume that y'all know just because of how popular characters or something, and whatever. If you don't, just ask. Do our best to give you what you're looking for.
Let's see if that works now. Well, that's the stream, but for some reason it's not. Let me pull it.
That's your stream.
No, that was yours.
Bulldog, you needed in the AQ.
We're going to try
Attention,
one more
Bulldog.
time here. Hey, guys, continue answering questions in chat while I try this one more time, and if I can't get it, we'll do an intermission here in a few, and I'll try doing it again.
Yeah, Ultimate Wallcrawler, that is true. He is the clickbait king of YouTube.
Oh yeah. You see freaking, let's see, four premium crystal opening. They just see him and his wife just with their eyes open, mouth open, everything.
Let's see if that works.
Yeah, I'm not the least bit bummed with his departure at all.
I loved him. I thought he was absolutely fantastic.
I mean, he still does don't know the game, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, and I don't know. I like his whole family. I especially like the channel where he lets his kids play, and
Well, yeah, his family is cool. Those reactions are priceless.
I know he's loud and obnoxious, but I mean, to me, it's kind of what made him different and stand out. And I don't know.
It got to the point for me where I had to have it on mute to watch his crystal openings. I mean, literally, the sound of his voice just made me want to jam an ice pick in my ear.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would turn my volume down knowing I was watching one of his videos, but I mean...
All right.
What is out?
I can't get it to capture, so I'll try again here in a few.
Have you already resized the screen? Is that what the deal is?
No,
Is it why? It's just white?
Yep.
On your side?
I can see it, but when I capture it, it goes white, so...
That's weird.
Yeah, very weird. I'll mess with it here in a few. Again, I want to keep moving. Electra. I don't know a lot about her being awakened. Let me see if I've got her.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to want me to read it, so I put it away.
25% health on the enemy champ. She gets 100% crit chance, and
basically,
based on the SIG level, it's more crit damage.
It's basically Assassination Part 2, correct?
It's Assassination on steroids.
On steroids, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely a champion you want to have awakened. I'm going to give her a 6. If I've got a skilled gem, I'm definitely awakening her. She's deadly once she gets it, so yeah. Chid.
Electra. Movie was terrible, but that's not what this is about. She gets most of her things just right off the bat. The ability, accuracy reduction, and all that. And her SIG ability definitely is notable. You cannot deny that. So it's a 7. Only because it's at the end of the fight, like when they're close to dying.
Yeah, I'm actually going to make it a 7 as well. I rethink that. Well, I think it's close. She's got a lot of other stuff that makes her good even without her being duped. She's not a must-be awakened right away type champion, so yeah, I'll give her a 7. Jacob?
An 8. She gets the same thing as her SIG ability, basically at 15% health on other champs. So it's just basically a step up to get her SIG. It's not really needed.
All right.
Unbelievable.
All right, and here's a link to the spreadsheet for those of you who was asking. Frojo, what do you got here for Electra?
7.
All right. Anthony, what do you think?
I think it's a 6. It's not increased crit chance, it's guaranteed crit chance.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the other way.
It's 100%. It's
Yeah.
the crit damage that increases.
And it is an absolute finisher. I mean, anything less than 25%, an L1 or an L2 is just a finisher at that point. She's great before, and she's even better with it. It's an absolute 6.
All right. Bulldog.
I've been kind of going back and forth on her. Real quick here. Yeah, no loose ends. Yeah, she gains the increased critical damage rating, 417 on mine, which is 661. And her final strike triggers anytime they're below 25% health. See, it seems to me like, so the signature ability is the final strike when they're below 25% health. And the final strike does give 100%. Is that right?
100%
What is final
what?
critical chance? The attack has 100% critical chance
Yeah.
against bleeding targets. Although it doesn't anywhere on here say what final strike is. Am I missing something?
That's just basically when they're under 25%. She is 100% crit chance and more crit damage.
See, it doesn't say that anywhere on here. It does say all attacks, while the opponent has less than 15% health, the champion strikes with guaranteed critical hits. So is that what it is? Is that final strike? But instead of 15%, it's 25%?
Yeah.
And then additionally, she gets the extra critical damage rating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her a 7. I thought it was a 6, but I don't think so. She's good, but I think I would need a little more clarification on that before I could say 6.
All right. Moving on. OG Punisher.
OG Punisher. Well, since 12.0, obviously he's gotten significantly better. Defy Pain. So, yeah, but that's only his signature ability is his Defy Pain. At Sig 99, he has an 85% chance to endure a lethal blow. And this is one of those ones, too, like Juggernaut, where I'll make the classification that there's a big difference between him unawakened and awakened. You have an 85% chance to essentially defy death, but with no regeneration or anything like that, you're literally just buying however many seconds of time that is. So there is a big gap. Obviously, because he's hard to get, I would use if I could ever pull him, I would certainly use one of my skill stones on him. So I'm gonna say 8. Because it is a big difference, but that signature ability is not a huge deal in my opinion. Because maybe you survive and you win the fight and you go into the next fight with, 1 health. So 8.
All right, Anthony. What's your thoughts here on Punisher?
8.
8. Frojo.
10.
Jacob.
He's a 100% 10. He does not need to be awakened. I've had my Punish for over 2 years now and still haven't awakened him. Don't plan on using a gem for him, so.
Chid, what do you got here for Punisher?
I have my answer already. I just want to ask why we call him OG Punisher if the other one is not on the list.
Just because I can. There you go. Next.
He's a 10.
10. I agree with you guys. He's a 10. He doesn't have to be awakened to be good. He's already good straight out of the box. You can plug and play. All right, Gwenpool. This one's an interesting one because she's good straight out of the box. You can put her in play instantly and go to work. However, she is this much better once she's awakened. To me, it's a 6. While she doesn't depend on it, it does. And what I mean by that is her gameplay changes drastically once she is awakened. Once she's awakened, you get the ability reduction. She's got the absorb. But the big deal is the 2%. Excuse me. Is the 2% for every hit. So at 50 hits.
It actually does not say that anymore.
It never did say 2%.
Yeah,
it was just confirmed by Kabam Mike.
Okay, so Kabam might confirm that.
Yeah.
And I
Okay, good. That's good enough. All right, cool.
He confirmed it way back when she was released because
Okay,
people
cool.
asked him.
Cool.
so
That works.
it's 2% per hit, and because of that reason, she is an absolute monster once she's awakened. And for that reason, she has to be a 6. You can argue even using a generic on her. She's a champion. You get her, you awaken her because she's going to cause havoc. Chid.
I don't know, because if you want her at high sig, that means you take way less special damage. Low sig, you just get the ability accuracy. I'm thinking 7 also.
All right, Jacob.
It's a 6. And Chid, with the Sig level, it doesn't really change how much special attack damage she can take. It doesn't change much with the higher the Sig.
All right. Frojo, what do you got here for Gwenpool?
I'm going 7 as well as Chid.
Interesting. Anthony.
It's a 6 for 2 reasons. One, defensive ability reduction is one of the essential elements of the game in the current state of the game, and she's the highest skill prestige, and that matters, and Awakening obviously gets her up there also.
All right. Bulldog.
For Gwenpool, I don't discount that her signature ability is very, very good. I don't discount that she should absolutely be awakened. The only thing that is taking her away from a 6 for me is the fact that she is still so good unduped. Therefore, the gap between duped and unduped is not as significant as with some of these other champs. So, not judging her at all, I still think she's, one of the best champions in the game, but I'm giving her a 7 just because she's still pretty darn good unduped.
So, with taking that out of the equation and just rating her ability, her SIG ability as its own entity, what would you give it?
A 6.
Okay.
Yeah, her signature ability is significant. It is extremely useful. Adds a whole nother element to her with that ability accuracy and the ability to not die from specials. Especially if you get that thing up to 99, it makes fighting, champions that have special ability 3 active that much, better. So, yeah, absolutely. It's only a 7 because she is so useful unduped.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. I just don't want the actual signature ability to get lost in translation because of some other factors. That's all.
Yeah, and there's not a huge difference between. That's why I said that's like the only thing keeping her from being a 6. And we both agreed that 6 and 7 both are champions that still would likely qualify for a generic gem.
Yeah.
All right.
I used a generic on her. I don't regret it at all.
Falcon.
Falcon power lock. I don't think that. Does anyone have it available?
Yep, I got it.
He gets the red wing at the start of the fight, so you can start lock on at the start of the fight, and it's a longer timer against science champs.
Yeah, I don't think his signature ability. I think he's close to as useful. I don't think the signature ability makes a huge difference in his viability as a champion. So because of that, I'm going to give him a 9.
He hits harder with it.
He actually gets worse with it.
Oh, he hits harder when red.
Oh, he hits
wing
harder
is-
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, he gets an additional 200 and whatever X amount of critical rating.
All right, Anthony, what do you think on Falcon?
Real
Yeah.
quick, while you're doing that, I have to go walk the other bulldog, and I'll be back.
All right, sounds good.
9.
9. Frojo, what do you got for Falcon?
9 as well.
Jacob?
9.
Chid, what do you got here for Falcon?
I want to give him a 10 so bad, but it's a 9. Because it makes his max time with red wing 12 seconds. Like that's it.
Yeah, here's the thing. He's a champion that's useful for certain events, certain things, when he's awakened because you can start the fight out and be able to lock on and bypass a lot of things, and for that reason he is a 9. It's the only thing keeping him from a 10. You can still do it as a regular champ, but being awakened makes a decent little difference for him. So, Agent Venom. Let's see, this is the increased damage. I mean, it's basically like a rage, correct?
Yeah, and he loses it after he gets hit 5 times.
So, I think I would give him, I don't have him, I have him awakened, but I can't say that I noticed a major difference. I don't play with him enough. I'm going to give him an 8. Chid?
Let me read it one more time. Let me see. It just increases his attack by a fixed number. It's at 642, so it's 325. And one that's a fixed number of crit damage too. It's slightly notable, but you do not need it at all. It's not worth a gem. 9 honestly, just because it's slightly notable.
So you say a 9?
Yeah.
Jacob?
I give it an 8, just based on the fact that you have to be under 50% health.
Interesting. Frojo?
9.
Anthony, what do you got here on Agent Venom?
9.
Yep. All right, and Bulldog's out walking the dogs. Winter Soldier, Anthony.
Power drain. Power drain is power drain. No matter how random it is. All critical hits have a 15% chance to power drain their target, taking X% of the max power. The amount drained increases based on critical hit damage. Power drain is power drain, so he gets a 7. No, I'll give him an 8 because it's only somewhat reliable.
All right. Frojo, what do you got here for Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier 9.
All right. Jacob, what are you thinking here for Winter Soldier?
7. Even though it's somewhat unreliable, when it happens, it's noticeable and it's good.
Yep.
All right. Chid?
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Who was that?
I have no idea.
Wow.
We know who it was.
Is it Bulldog?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now Bulldog's walking the dog.
But he's at the house yet. We don't know.
I don't know. All
I'm
right.
gonna go by the title. It's like dependency. Do you need it with him? Like, does he rely on it? Yeah, he does not rely on it. He's still good without it. Will I waste a gem on him? No, so I'm giving him an 8 only because of that. But the SIG is definitely good.
You know, the signature ability for him is super nice. It's handy. It comes through every so often. I wish it came through more often, though. And for that reason, I give it an 8. All right, let's see here. Karn, I don't know his signature. Somebody tell me.
It's like Venom's Bloodlust, but I think it might increase his attack or crit rating or something like that when they're bleeding.
Got it. I got it.
Karnak's in human metabolism and...
Oh,
That's
Carnage.
another-
I was thinking
Yeah.
Carnage. Carnage. Whoops.
Oh,
It's the way he says it.
Yeah, he says Karn. Stop calling him Karn, Slice.
yeah, he shrugs off non-damaging debuffs by a fixed number and reduces damage from poison by 65%. That one is definitely fixed.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm pulling up so I can get this. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. But it doesn't change really if I'm going to use him or not. I'm not going to use a gem on him. I see a lot of people ahead of him for that reason. I give him a 10. Chid?
Against poison gems, it is definitely a lifesaver because if you have willpower, you just skyrocket in health. Let's see. And the other one, I'm just gonna give him a 9 just because he's not so reliant on it.
Alright.
And you don't need to waste a gem.
Camaro says, is Frojo here? Frojo
Yeah, I'm here.
is here. Frojo's testing out his vulture in the background. I tried to capture it, but it didn't work. So I'm going to try again here in a few. But in the meantime, let's keep rocking. Let's keep rolling. Jacob, what do you got here for Karnak?
I give him an 8.
All right. Frojo?
10. I can't stand the guy.
Anthony?
Sleeping.
9.
All right, Anthony, coming back around. OG Daredevil.
6. I don't think I have to explain that one.
Frojo.
Who we on?
OG Daredevil.
6. But Kabam needs to fix everything with him also.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Chid, what's your thoughts here on OG Daredevil?
6 because of what separates Netflix from Ben Affleck.
Without what?
I have no idea what he says 96% of the time.
I thought he said something. I'm not repeating.
I think so
Jeff.
too. I'm with you. That's what it sounded like.
All
What do
right.
you think I said? I said Netflix from Ben Affleck.
I'm going to give
What
this
did
one
you
here.
hear?
Oh, let's so Daredevil OG, he really needs to be awakened to really be good. So with that being said, it's a 6. Daredevil Netflix.
Yeah, Quick Shot knows all about the Daredevil whiffing.
Camaro says, what about Captain America World War II? We're going to get there. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's take a look here. What is Netflix?
If anyone wants to see the Daredevil in action, Quick Shot's got a video of it.
Netflix Daredevil is the World on Fire or something like that, where if he parries them, they get an armor break.
Let's see. I'll read that out here. Yeah,
Yeah,
World
it's a
on
little
Fire. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, as he takes punishment, granting him X amount increased critical rating for 6 seconds each time the opponent places a debuff effect on him.
Did it change? I thought it was the parry, they put a armor break.
Yeah. Nope. It's
Maybe that's just a regular ability.
Yeah, I think that's built in.
Yeah. All right. I hate Daredevil Netflix. I don't see this being a big difference for him. How many debuffs are you really going to get stacked on you? 10. I hate him. Chid?
10. I don't even understand how people were even using him in the AQ back then.
All right.
People used them?
Hmm?
People used them?
Yeah,
Jacob?
surprisingly.
10.
10 as well here.
He's a champ that needs 100% rework.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Especially since the series is so awesome.
Yeah.
They need to come with it. They need to represent the Netflix Daredevil correctly.
Yes, because you cannot touch those one-take hallway scenes at all.
I think the more they make him bleed, the better he should get, because that's what he does in the movie. He gets beat the hell up, and then he comes out of nowhere and smashes everybody.
That's true. He takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, they need to make him more like Hulk. His sig ability.
All right. let's see. Anthony, what do you got here for Daredevil Netflix?
10. He's terrible. And Jacob, it's
Yeah, no, Slice, verified.
No, I was just gonna tell you about his armor break.
Yeah, no, it's a regular ability, not as. There's a certain percent chance.
Yeah, it's 85% chance to stun, to armor break stunned opponents only when you use a heavy or medium attack. And it's garbage. It's like a very low amount.
Which is what happened with so many champs that armor break after 12.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, Anthony, you're the only one that didn't put Black Widow in their top 5. What's your vote here?
It's a 6. But I would not use a generic stone on her, and she's probably at least 3rd, if not 4th or 5th, in the skill class to get a gem in my eyes. So,
Wow.
And today in Psychosis,
because to me, there's 2 champs in the skill class that reduce ability better than she does, yeah.
All right, that's fair enough. I understand it.
But her sig ability on its own is still very good and valuable, which is why I gave her a 6 and took her out of my top 5.
Sure. Bulldog, let's get you caught up. What do you got for Agent Venom?
is his signature ability Tenacity?
No.
Oh, he already has that?
It's Clintar's Rage, or something. I forget how it's
Clintar's
pronounced.
Rage, yeah. 9.
All right. 9. Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is going to be middle of the road for me, so an 8.
8. All right. Karn.
Karnak. 10. There's nothing good about anything you do.
10?
Yeah.
All right, Daredevil. OG.
OG Daredevil. 6. Again, he got honorable mention in when I went for number 5. Easily could have cracked the top 5 in this realm.
All right. Muna Matt here saying more spreadsheets. Hey, what's up, Muna? Good seeing you, man. All right.
Make all the spreadsheets.
Daredevil Netflix, man. What do you got for Daredevil Netflix?
Oh wow. What just a sterling pile of gilded dog turds his signature ability is. I award him no points, and may God have mercy on his soul.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Coming back around. Bulldog, go ahead and start us out on Crossbones here.
All right. Can somebody read Crossbones for me?
It's he shrugs off ability or debuffs.
Basically,
Has a chance.
Yeah, tenacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good and useful. And it's one of the things that he would be, known for, that and the not generating fury, or not furies, is that what it is? He does it criticals, doesn't get critical hits, and instead gets furies. I would say those two things are what kind of define his usability as a champ. So I'll give Crossbones an 8. If I can pull him, I will happily use one of my skill awakening gems on him.
All right.
Just because I'm not going to use it on Moon Knight or Netflix Daredevil.
Makes sense. All right.
Really wish I could get that 4-star Punisher.
Anthony, what's your thoughts here on Crossbones?
Can someone read it to me word for word?
Here. Yeah, actually, give me 2 seconds. I'm working on bringing these all up live. Can
All
somebody
right,
get
let
it
me
for him in the
open
meantime?
Yeah, my screen's loading.
Yeah, me
And
too.
Here, I got
almost there.
This is why we need the elevator music on the
it. I got
track.
it. Info.
Do.
Alright, signature ability is
All
called
right.
Hydra Training. Whenever thanks to his brutal training, whenever it kicks in, it allows him X amount of chance to shrug it off and convert it to a Fury effect. This chance is increased by 15% while fighting Science champs and decreased by 15% while fighting Mutant champs.
So I, of course, have him at SIG 99, and it's 24.98% chance. So he basically has a 25% chance to shrug off any debuff, convert to a Fury. Against Science, it's 40%, and against Mutants, it's 10%.
If he has 2 debuffs on him at the same time, can he convert both of them, or is it one at a time?
I believe one at a time.
It's every time. Yeah, so whenever it allows him to shrug off. So whenever he gains a debuff, so every time he gets a debuff, he has that 25 to 40, 10 to 40% chance to shrug it off.
Understood. Does it give a damage increase number?
It does not.
Okay.
It's just a 25% chance.
But
It's just a regular, his regular old Fury,
His
whatever
regular
that increases.
Right.
Okay. All right.
But he does have, the potency of his Furies are increased by up to 20% based on his critical damage rating as the damage climbs, so his Fury effects become more powerful. So Furies for him are not just standard Furies.
No, and they're also what give him his ability reduction.
Right. That's all interlinked, which is why I gave him an 8.
And he's high prestige.
True.
I'm going to give him a 7, because his Furies are what he's all about, and to gain more of them is actually pretty significant. So,
All right,
Makes sense.
Hey, Slice 'em.
Yes.
I can help you crop that if you want. I don't know if you want to just do it live or what.
Yeah, I can. We'll do it here in a second. Let's get through this. But yeah,
Finish Crossbones.
Yeah, let's finish Crossbones, and then you can teach me some
All
of
right.
the wondrous OBS ways.
Okay.
Go ahead here,
Is it-
Crossbones.
Is it my turn?
You are up.
A 7.
All right, Jacob, what do you got here for Crossbones?
10. I 100% hate it. I don't think it's needed at all. I would not use an Awakening Gem on him. So,
Chid, what do you got?
10. He is not reliant on it at all.
I don't disagree.
It's a bonus. And that's what it comes down to. Is it integral or is it just a bonus?
Here's the thing. The question is, how dependent is he on his signature ability? He's not dependent on it. He's good without it. It's just a bonus there, and for that reason, I'm going to give him a 9. All right. So let's move on down to mutants. We're going to take and try to crop this so that everybody can see the signatures. I'm going to try to keep them up to date on the screen and filter these out. So, all right.
All right, you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, in the sources screen on OBS.
Yep.
Click that window, whatever source it is, whatever you called it.
Got it.
All right, right-click on it and go to Transform.
Yep.
And go to Edit Transform.
Okay.
And then you're gonna crop left. Put in try 50.
Okay.
Should change on our screen. All right, try 100 for left still.
Oops.
Is it changing on you? I'm not seeing it change.
It's gonna change.
Thank you, Camaro. Camaro says best YouTubers ever.
On the bottom, try 20. Bottom crop 20.
Okay.
I mean, I can't see what it looks like. So is it looking better or?
Yeah, I see what you're doing. Let me
I see what you did there. Tony Macris Messias also giving us some love. Thank you, Tony.
And again, guys,
We
we're just trying
appreciate
to change this a little bit here. Oops. Let's do this. Let's scale that back down here. Whoop.
What are you doing?
I hit the wrong
Right.
button. I hit reset and it threw it all the way over there.
Okay, I saw it move that time. Change the left to 200.
All right, changing the left at 200. That makes it smaller.
That's what it should be doing.
Yeah.
It gets the black off the edges.
I get what you're saying.
You may need that next time, actually, for the new overlay coming.
Yeah, this
I-
is just for right now. I got you. Okay. I'm with you. So, oops, take that 3 away. Take that away. And then stretch
Are
it.
you hitting?
Yeah, I'm taking the cropping. I'm taking and getting rid of the black. I see what you're doing.
All right, so
Now, is
the
it,
left is 200 right now.
yeah, I did 250 and 200.
Well, now it's back to.
It's, yeah, you got to remember, there's a little bit of delay. You'll see it coming through.
Yeah, it keeps changing over and over.
That's because I keep playing
It's
with
not.
it.
Oh.
All right, now,
Whatever you put on the left, put it on the right.
yep, I just did that. Now, let me ask you this. Is there a way to stretch this across the top?
No, put it on the bottom right and put it underneath your. Put it all the way down the bottom right corner.
Okay.
You're not moving it.
I just moved it.
Okay, I'm delayed. That's right.
Let me see.
And then I don't. What did you call your frame? Where it says SlycemGaming, your logo at the bottom.
Yeah, it's just image.
Okay. Do you see those arrows?
Yep, move it on top of
On
it.
Go
the
ahead,
sources?
Jacob.
Yeah, put it underneath it. Because we only need to see like the.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. I guess I'm quite a ways behind you because it's still not even in the bottom left.
I insist on keeping all of my signature stones
bottom
mint
right, yeah, that's
in
what I meant.
package.
Yeah, I would put it underneath your where it has your PayPal, all that stuff. I'd put it all the way down in the bottom right.
I got you, and then raise the other things
Then put-
above it.
Yeah, raise the other things above it, and then I'd make it bigger
Okay,
a little bit
I got you.
because we don't need to see the bottom. We're really only looking at the
Very tip top.
signature abilities. So yeah, if you want to push it even further off the screen and then make it even bigger, that because we're only really looking for the signature ability
All right, let me
today.
take a look at this and see if this works.
I was gonna say you should maybe bring up a signature ability so you know what you're trying to play.
Exactly.
Let's frame this real quick. And again, guys, I
Bring
apologize.
me everyone.
We weren't
What do you mean
perfectly
everyone?
paired.
Everyone. For champs like CB or BW and champs that have SIGs that have higher accuracy against advantage and lower for disadvantage, when you go into role reversal in 5.2, does the SIG accuracy switch as well?
All right, real quick, how does that look? It should be coming up here shortly.
I do not have an answer for you on that, Jacob, and I am going to look it up because now I am curious.
What?
The question I just read out loud.
Matt says, bot your fan, bro. I'm not real sure. What am I botting?
No, because Black Widow is, I think. That's a good question actually. I don't think
that's
Crossbones
what I said.
changes, does he?
I make it bigger, going up more to the middle of the screen.
All right.
I'd make it go more middle, the top left.
Yeah, Ace Fusion makes a good point. It makes a difference, if they coded it so that it, like the code is just mirror the advantage or disadvantage, then I would say yes, it probably switches. So normally where they would get, say, a 5%, disadvantage versus science, now they get a 5% advantage, it would probably switch that too. Or if it's programmed separately, then I would say probably not, because I doubt they would have gone through and changed each one of those individually.
I mean, the SIG says 15% against mutants, so I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't think it changed. I would be willing to bet that it didn't. Oh, we're getting DMR News is saying it does switch. Do you have a source on that, DMR News?
So what were you thinking I should do with this thing?
Can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Frojo, come back to us.
Cancel that idea, Frojo. I thought if I called you, it would be easier. All right, guys, real quick. Again, we're just trying to make this a little easier for everybody to read.
That thing's not going to be readable unless maybe if you're full screen, I guess. Let me see.
Camaro, only. There have been any
It's
tips for
sort
that
of
thing?
readable.
I'm not gonna smoke a butt.
How about that?
Do you guys have any tips for the web singer challenge?
Yes, power control and don't get it.
Okay.
I basically rode Black Widow and Gwenpool through it. There was a couple of times where, especially against like Stark Tech Spidey, I just used my Thor, do as much damage as possible. Don't worry about how far you're put. Just try to get that stun loop going. Try to get a double armor break. Try to do as much damage as possible. But ability reduction is really the key to the Web Slinger challenge. Is being able to control those evades primarily, because that can really mess you up.
All right. Real quick, guys, is that a lot more readable? Is it at least usable? You guys can see the ability the ability now over there.
I mean, yeah, it's readable.
All right, as long as it's readable. All right, guys, let's continue moving on here. All right, we got X-Force Deadpool. Refugee says, looks good, Slycem. I'm reading it in stunning 144p. All right, well, fair enough. All right, moving on. X-Force Deadpool. Here we go.
If he's watching in 144p, he can't read the spreadsheet either.
All right.
All right, so put up Deadpool's ability on there.
Yep, it's coming
Now
up.
remember, we're on a delay.
Correct. So it should be. All right.
All
Yeah,
right,
so
so say
like-
try to stay ahead of it then.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
So like when you get to the last person, go ahead and switch to the next character.
Yep, I'm going to try to stay on top of it here. All right. So X-Force Deadpool, I'll be starting out here. The fact that he hits a bleed every time, the fact is it still doesn't change a whole lot. It's a 3-second bleed. It's okay, but he doesn't have to have it to be a good champ, and you're not going to waste a gem on him. For that reason, I'm going to give it a 9. It's there. If you've got everyone else already done, sure, maybe, but that's as far as I can go on him. Chid, what do you got here?
For which one?
X-Force Deadpool.
I'd still like to read them out if you're putting them
Sure.
up there for anybody
Yeah.
that can't, because it's pretty small. So
Yeah,
let me just read them out. Permanently bleeding the opponent was granted after poking enemies right in the duodenum. Guaranteed to cause bleed for 150.98 direct damage over 3 seconds.
And that's at Sig 40, so that scales. Chid, what do you got?
I don't know, to me, he still feels like one of those champs that I may be wrong that people with higher health just overtake him with willpower.
Sorry.
Right, that was cool. And I don't know if he necessarily relies on it because he still gets the text from his SP2 and SP3, so 10.
10. All right. Jacob, what do you got for X-Force?
An 8.
Wow.
I guess he goes back to deep wounds.
All right.
That's also a factor, yes.
Frojo, what do you
Go
got?
for it.
10.
Anthony. Oh, hold on here.
You said he was going to smoke.
Oh,
Yeah, he's out smoking.
all right. Bulldog, what do you got here for X-Force?
A 10. I think his signature ability is a joke, and I don't think I don't think it does a whole lot to enhance him as a champion.
So 10?
Yeah, I find it frankly kind of insulting, based on how cool OG Deadpool is, and then this is the crap we get.
Fair enough.
True Story says, yeah, right in the duodenum.
Which is part of your small intestine.
All right. I do not have Deadpool, so I was not smart enough to buy him back when I first started playing the game. So with that being said,
Well, who didn't rank him in their top? I can see a couple of people didn't put him in the top 5.
Slice him out.
Me.
It's on. It's in our
I read
chat
him out
on
earlier,
Line
too.
app.
yeah, I know, but I don't have a way to throw that. I don't have Line app on this iPad, so here I'll just straight up read it.
I read it out earlier too.
I'll just read it real quick. Healing factor, regeneration up to X amount of health per minute. At level 99, it's 16,412. All right.
That's ridiculous.
Granted, when the natural healing factor of Wolverine was implanted into Deadpool. Regeneration amount is tied to Deadpool's power meter. So permanently regenerating up to 16,412 at Sig 99. Anthony, what do you got here?
It's a 6.
It's a 6. What did you think for X-Force Deadpool, real quick?
Deadpool X-Force is the worst champ in the game, and therefore it's a 10.
Okay, you got 12 worst champs in the games, by the way, just so you know. All right,
That's probably true.
Jacob, what do you got here for OG?
6.
All right, and Chid.
6.
All right, coming around to X23. X23 is anytime the opponent has 3 or more bleed stacks, or Wolverine has 3 or more cruelty stacks, her assassin training kicks in, telling her to finish them off, increasing critical rating and critical damage by X amount. My 3-star at 99 is 309. So basically, 3 stacks or more of bleed or cruelty, it kicks in. I think she's amazing, even unduped. I don't think she has to be duped to be amazing. And for that reason, I'm going to give her... Man, I'm going to give her an 8. I would use it, but she doesn't have to have it. Chid?
Yep, definitely 8. It's nice to have, and definitely notable. But she doesn't rely on it.
All
I
right.
won't necessarily use a gem.
Jacob, what do you got here?
8 as well.
Frojo?
I'm gonna give her a 7.
Oh, a little extra love from Frojo. Anthony, what are your thoughts?
8.
8? And Bulldog?
Yeah, she's one of those people that her sig ability is bonus. She's stellar without it. She's one of the few champs I would rank up to 440 and even 550 unduped. Did 440 on my main, 550 on my alt. So I'm actually going to ding her a little bit more than that and give her a 9 because it really is not integral to just how awesome she is as a champion.
Can I throw a little pro tip in here since we're on the subject?
Sure.
When you are looking for 5-star champions, in the current state of the game where it's hard to get them, the 5-star champions that are good unduped are ones that you want to be going for when you're early off in the game. So keep that in mind as we're doing these. If you hear a champ that we say not dependent on their sig ability, that's a good one to shoot for when you're looking for a good 5-star champion.
Yeah.
Very true. Moving on, we got Wolverine. Wolverine, natural healing factor accelerates, granting him regeneration when they fixed 8% chance to recover up to 2,038 health based on current power levels. That's at signature level 49. So it's an 8% chance across the board, recovering up to 2,000. Look, it's nice. It's important. You have to have it. It's a difference maker for it. Oh, I'm sorry, Bulldog, you're up first.
Yeah. 6. He easily could have been in my top 5. his signature ability is integral to his becoming a 440 or 550 champion. I mean, I would never take him beyond 330 until he was duped. That's just my feeling.
All right, Frojo. Anthony put him at a 2. Frojo, what do you got for Wolverine?
I think if Brian Grant uses this Awakening Gem on him, they got to be a 6. So 6.
Amen.
Even if he does cry about it afterwards.
Yeah. Well, that's because he duped him in this last video.
I duped him more than once, I think.
Chick.
Like
7.
Oh, okay.
A 7?
So without his Awakening ability, he regens basically like X23, and with X23, I regen just as fine without that massive regen that Wolvie has. But on top of it, it's only 8% chance, so it's not a high percentage to actually get it.
Mine procs about 2 to 3 times a fight.
Well, you have good RNG.
All right. What do you got here, Chid?
OG Wolverine. I don't know, because I duped him like 2 weeks after I got him, so I didn't really get a chance to test how reliable it is. But it's 7.
7? All right.
Yeah.
To me, it's a 6. It's noticeable. The 8%, that's Kabam math for you. You can never trust a percentage, unfortunately, from Kabam. Archangel, neurotoxin, coats the wings, blah, blah, blah. All right. Making each neurotoxin charge cause a 31 or an X amount of reduction in ability accuracy and blocks all regeneration on the target. At SIG 20, it's a 31.52% reduction. I will say this. Archangel is a beast once he's awakened. It doesn't have to be awakened, but let me tell you, if I've got a gem and it's available, I would have no problem awakening, because you talk about being able to stop regen just by applying a neurotoxin. It's deadly. To me, he's a 6. Chid.
6, yeah. 6.
Jacob.
6. It's one of the best Awakened abilities in the game.
Frojo, what do you think here? Frojo, you still alive out there? Frojo? Mute, maybe? Mute?
I think Vulture got the best of him.
He died testing out his Vulture.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back. Anthony, what do you got here for Archangel?
6. I agree with Jacob.
All right.
Top 3 abilities in the game.
Bulldog.
6. Easily.
All right. Frojo, are you back? Apparently not. All right. 6 from Bulldog. Coming back around here, let's take a look at Beast. Beast has a massive...
You got it?
Yeah, he's got a massive one here. Freestyle combat, performing a medium hit followed by a light, and a medium combo inflicts X amount of direct damage per blow. Successfully completing a freestyle combo increases Beast's critical rating by 89 for 5 seconds. While in acrobatic combat form, blocking an attack followed by a medium, light, medium regenerates X amount of health per move. Successfully completing an acrobatic combo causes opponents to get 50% less power while getting hit. Excuse me, and attacking for 5 seconds. And when unsuccessfully performing a combo, there will be a 5-second delay before you can start a new combo. So don't mess up your combo or you're in trouble. All right, Bulldog. Beast, what do you got for him?
Beast is still a usable champion without his signature ability. I have him as a 440 on my alt, and I use him in a queue. And I rarely have the need to use his signature abilities. So with that being said, it is useful. It makes a difference. So I'm gonna say a 7. It's not. It's a little better than average, but not in 6 territory.
Sure. All right. Frojo is gone. We're waiting on him to get back.
I'm here.
Oh, Frojo's back. Frojo, real quick. I see where you fixed your Archangel, gave him a 6. Beast. I'm sorry, Anthony. Jeez. Anthony, what do you got here?
It's a 6. When awakened, he gains 2 of the top 3 mechanics in the game, being regen and power control, which is very, very nice. He is a very nice champion.
All right, Frojo, what do you have for Beast?
I'm gonna go 7 as well as like Bulldog.
All right, Jacob, what's your thoughts here on Beast?
6. He's significantly better when he's duped.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chid.
What to do again?
Beast.
Oh.
No, what does it do?
Basically,
Really?
it allows him to do different
Yes,
combos.
Anthony, really.
Different combos allow
Present.
different things. In freestyle, he can gain direct damage and critical rating. While in acrobatic form, he can gain regen and he can also gain power control, essentially.
Okay, because he relies on it so much. 6.
All right. I like it. I think it's useful. He's dependent on it, and that's what we're looking at. But I don't know that it's enough to really push him over the top. I'm going to give him a 7. Iceman. So here you got absolute 0. At the start of the fight, basically what you got is Iceman is basically going to place a cold snap at the start of the fight, dealing damage of X amount energy damage over 12 seconds and preventing them from evading attacks. Also, he can reform his ice armor 3 seconds faster. So it's a direct damage, or it's a damage energy damage over 12 seconds, and ice armor 3 seconds faster. At level 72, that damage is 2341. While it's not a massive change, it's nice. The thing is, you can do it, you can get away with it by just getting to your L1. So for that reasons, he doesn't have to be awakened, but it is helpful. I would give him a 7. Chid?
Iceman, yep. 7.
7?
He's more in the electro range here.
Alright. Jake, what do you got here?
I give him an 8. It's useful, but he's not a champ that I would see myself using a gem on.
Alright. Let's see, Frojo, what do you think here?
I give him a 6. I think he's awesome. I think he's even way better awakened. Definitely 6 for me. Just being able to have that cold snap and being able to go after evade champs that like Nightcrawler and Spider-Man right at the beginning because he's awakened makes him that much better.
Very good point. Anthony?
Yeah, it's a 6. Not only does it do what Frodo just said, but it makes him a multi-dimensional player. Meaning, not only can you use him on offense, but he becomes a extremely good defender when awakened, because of that cold snap is unstoppable damage, and there is no champion in the game that is immune to it, and that is something that should not be overlooked. He becomes god tier when he is awakened, and I in fact used a generic gem on him today.
Makes sense. Bulldog said he had to take a call.
I want to add something.
Yep.
If you struggle against Iceman in war or in quests, and you have a duped Mordo, use him against them and block while You're under cold snap or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With your awakened Mordor.
Yeah.
All right. Coming back around, Anthony, we're on Psylocke. Basically, she can reduce her opponent's defensive ability accuracy by X% when they have 0 power. She also gains X bonus critical damage rating the lower your opponent's current power. At level 40, those numbers are 61% and 814. So 814 bonus crit and a 61% ability accuracy reduction if they're at 0 power.
I have a feeling that goes up a lot higher when she's 99.
Oh
I
yeah,
was just gonna ask if it goes to 100.
I think it goes pretty high. I don't have it at that high. I could dump a 6 down in her and see what the jump is to give us a rough idea.
I can look and see if there's anyone on the leaderboard
Here.
with her also.
61 and 814. Let's just dump 1 6 stone in and see. Oh, I have one. How perfect.
Jacob, what do you think?
Wow. So it went up very little on the percent. It was 61 and like 10% went up to 61.17, and the 814 barely went up as well.
What, Anthony?
What do you think?
About Psylocke?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't have her in any rarity, so
It's. I would rate it at a 7. Because I find it easy to get champs locked down at 0 power. And if you're facing like Spidey and you have her maxed out, he's a piece of cake once you get them to 0. Nightcrawler. All of them.
See, to me, I can tell you what I have seen out of her is that while it's nice, it's not a necessity. Everything else about her is already power controlled. She power controls anyway. It is just the bonus on top of the champion.
yeah, and she's probably 6th, 7th, or 8th on my list of mutants that I would awaken, so I'll give her an 8.
All right. Frojo, what's your thoughts here on Psylocke?
I'm going to give her an 8 as well.
Jake?
7. And the reason she's higher than Iceman is because she doesn't have ability reduction without her SIG ability. Iceman, you just need to fire to level 1.
Sure. Chid, what do you got here?
I'll first change my rating on Iceman to 8 and give her a 7 because I not just like crits. Do a lot more damage that way.
Look, I see where everybody's coming from, but having her awakened, I like her, but it's not a necessity. The problem is a lot of times the fight is over when I'm using her before you get to perfect lockdown. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give her an 8. Alright, Red Cyclops, and again, I'm sorry I forgot I had to take and switch this a little bit earlier. Red Cyclops signature ability, and I have to go to the 3-star.
Steven is saying it caps out at 65%
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
in the chat.
That has to be the slowest increase to something on a SIG level out there.
Yeah. Alright, on Red Cyclops, beams are calibrated up to X amount of increased critical damage rating. Not reduced by blocking once a combo of 15 or more is reached. To me, this is not a massive deal. Is it good? Sure, but am I going to use a gem on him? No. Not even close. Man, I'm going to give him a increased crit rating. I'm going to give him a 10. Chid.
It's a 10 for him. Definitely 10. Because I will not waste a gem. No.
Jake, what do you got?
9.
Fro-
It's somewhat useful,
sure, Frojo.
but not in the using a gem worthy spot.
I agree with Jacob. I think it's a 9. And way back when I did use a gem on him.
Wow.
All right. What do we got here? Anthony, what do you got here for Red Cyclops?
9 as well.
All right, we still don't have Bulldog back. All right, Blue Cyclops, expertise. Same thing, calibrated for up to X amount of increased damage. As long as a combo of 10 or more hits is maintained, Cyclops' armor break effects have a 20% increased duration, and as long as a combo of 20 or more hit is maintained, the beam attacks break through an enemy's block. I like his a whole lot more than I do Red, and for that reason, I'll go ahead and give him a 9. Oh, wait, Anthony, you're up first, but I'll go ahead and put my 9 in there. Go ahead.
It's a 7. The Blue Cyclops is drastically underrated. He is an excellent champion, and his sig ability makes him an excellent champion. So, it's a 7.
Interesting. Frojo.
8.
Jacob.
I'm at an 8 as well.
Chid.
This is my son. Man, I love this guy. Biggest Cyclops fan. Like, you will not catch me saying anything bad about this guy. But he is not so reliant on it. That's why it's a 7. Otherwise, I give him a 6. Because if given the opportunity, I will use the gem.
Fair enough. He's really not that bad. Maybe I'm a little harsh on him. I've used him. Being able to break through the block is handy. I just don't see him being all the way up there. So, Raging Cajun, we got Gambit here. Gambit's an upgrade to Gambit's flak jacket, physical resistance to remain until he has lost 30% of his max health instead of its standard amount. Additionally, his prowess buff also grants him X amount increased critical damage rating for each one. Ugh. Again, this is something that I don't see myself using a gem on. I don't see him being somebody I go after with a Sig gem or with a Awakening gem. Physical resistance. I give him a 9 as well. Chid?
Let's see. Gambit. It makes him a lot better. I don't know if he necessarily relies on it. Yeah, 9.
Jacob, what do you got here?
10.
All right. Frojo, what are you thinking here? We got Gambit.
I'm 10 as well. I don't like it.
Yep. Anthony, Gambit?
10.
10? All right. Wow. It cracks me up. Sometimes I'm ahead of the curve getting these popped up. Sometimes I'm behind. We go quick. Sometimes we don't. Magneto, we got Refraction. Refraction. Magneto bends dense electromagnetic field around his body to create a personal force field. Prevents him from losing more than X amount percentage of health from a single source. Anthony, you're up.
I don't. These two champions are just really bad. That being said, that Sig abilities are actually really good abilities, but they still get 9s.
All right. Frojo, what do you got?
Magneto? It's pretty much only on metal champs, right?
No, this is any champ. This is basically what allows him to soak an L3.
Yeah. It's like Gwenpool's, but 25%.
And he can die still.
Correct.
Yeah.
10.
All right. Jacob.
10. It's given a not needed sig ability to a not needed champ.
Yeah, basically.
He needs a total rework.
They both are terrible.
Chit.
Yeah.
Give them both 10s.
Yeah, even though I like to call him the original Grandpa because he had the ability first of not taking full special damage, still 10.
It's a 10, and I think we agree. Same with Magneto Marvel now, because it's even worse.
It's so disappointing because he's like legitimately like the most popular villain, you know, the most powerful X-Man, like the whole thing, and he's just garbage. So frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Omega level mutant, you know, like all that crap. Like, and it's pathetic. It sucks.
All right, so here's one I do not have. I do not have Nightcrawlers to read off.
I can read it.
Go ahead,
I
Jacob.
got it.
Let's see. Bring it up right now.
I'm ready to go.
I've got it.
All right.
Nightcrawler's unique heritage coupled with his X-Men training allows him to switch combat mode 0.3 seconds faster. Additionally, anytime he strikes a deep wound, he gains a certain amount of increased attack for 7 seconds. And mine is level 20, and it's 324.99 increased attack.
Slide the spreadsheet up on the screen.
Yep.
Like to, scroll it.
Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Anthony, you are up on Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Adam Marco, that's why I called him the original Grandpa, because of that. Season 15. Stefan, you're looking at it from a defensive point of view.
Yep.
Let me know when you're done, Sid.
Go ahead.
Defensively, you do not want this champion awakened. It makes it easier to fight him defensively, but offensively, it's really nice to have. But everyone uses them defensive anyway. I don't know. I'm gonna give him an 8. Nope. I'm gonna give him a 9.
All right, a 9 it is. All right, what do you got here, Frojo?
10 for me. They need to rethink how they make these champs that are better on they need to think more like a player and how a player is going to use them. See, they sit down and they think how to make these signature abilities, but I don't think they really test this stuff out in a gameplay format like a player would play. Because it was from early on, we were like, well, this sucks for using him in defense. Like, it makes no sense. Like, that was like day one. Like, we figured that out.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
7. It's not 6-worthy, but he is an amazing attacker when he's duped.
Interesting.
That's why I wanted to give him an 8, but it's like, I don't know.
All right, Chid, what do you think?
Going by the name again, would I use a gem on him? No, because of defensive reasons. Does he rely on it? No, but it's nice to have 2. He does mad damage with or without. So, 10 because of that logic.
Yeah, here's where I look at it. I go, do I want to do my Nightcrawler? That answer is no. I would rather not. And for that reason, I have to give it a 10. I mean, I can still use him as an attacker without it, so he just becomes better. At the end of the day, though, I want him on my D, so. All right, let's take a look here at Cable. All right.
It's the useless power gain.
Cable's is strength of the virus point. Cable has a X amount of % chance to gain 16.5% power over 10 seconds each time he fills a bar of power. I think he's fine without it. I don't think he has to be awakened, and for that reason I give him a 10. Chid?
Yeah, I use the gem on him just to rub it in someone else's face that I have him. I'm not necessarily regretting that decision because he's slapping people on defense. He does not need it at all. 10. It's only good if you're attacking him because you're getting to his SP2 faster.
Sure. Alright. What do you think here, Jacob?
10. If it was his regen that proc due to his signature ability, it would be much higher on my list. But it's just trash.
Alright. Frojo, what do you have for Cable?
10 as well.
Alright. Anthony, what's your thoughts here for Cable?
10.
Wow. Alright. And I'm horribly bad about remembering to swap these around. Colossus, I got it right here. Alright, organic still. Has no limit. Increases his armor by X amount with a fixed 7% chance. Anthony, what do you think for Colossus' signature?
10.
Frojo.
10.
Jacob.
Muted again?
Oop.
Jacob.
10. And I wanted to touch on DMR's comment. It doesn't help the regen proc more. It only helps it more because you gain the bar of power faster that you can trigger the regen, but it's so little power gain.
DMR says, no one on the panel actually knows how to use Cable.
We're just a bunch of squares that don't know anything.
I just explained it, and it doesn't really help much.
I think the problem there, DMR, is that it's a minimal return on the power gain.
Yeah, I have him as a rank 5, and I still don't give a damn.
Yeah, I mean, Chid's got him. He was Chid's profile champion for a long while. So, yeah.
Yeah, I used him through Act 5. You can't tell me I don't know how to use him.
Yeah, I think most of us were pretty high on most other things about Cable on these rankings.
Yeah.
Just his signature ability is just garbage.
Yeah. All right, Chid, Colossus.
Colossus. Ha. I used to use a 3-star on attacking, but that still doesn't really make a difference then. He just needs a rework, honestly.
So 10?
Yeah.
Guys, it's a 10. It's a 7% chance. It's armor that we hardly ever see being used in the game anymore. I think it fuels his L3, but again, who cares? You're not going there, so.
What do you
I think
mean?
it's all special attacks.
Is he ever used?
Do what?
You said we don't see him used anymore, and I would argue that I don't think we've ever used.
No, I said armor.
Colossus?
The armor buff in general. I said it's not something you see being used.
I wish he would just go away, to be honest.
Yeah, so. Rogue. So, basically every life steal or power steal has a X% chance to be a critical, increasing the amount absorbed. This is one, in my opinion, if you can awaken her, you want to do it because that crit is super handy. It can be a game changer. At level 40, it's a 30% chance. While it might be a little bit iffy, the fact is, if it happens, it's super nice. I think I would give her a 7.
What's 50%?
No, 30. At level 40, it's a 30% chance to be a critical.
Oh, okay.
Chid, what do you got for Rogue?
Rogue. Because there's so many people that use gems on her. And isn't it just more crit
She gains more health.
or health too? Yeah. Yeah, but that's still, fuck it. Screw it. I mean, 8, honestly.
8. Interesting. Jacob, what do you got for Rogue?
Oh, I would love to give her a 10,
Saw that coming.
but it somewhat helps her. I wouldn't use a gem on her, so an 8.
All right. Frojo.
Oh,
I'm the exact opposite. I used her when she was not duped, and then I used her when she was duped. And once she was duped, it made the biggest difference for the character 6.
It's a 5-star.
It don't matter. When you look at these, I consider everything like a signature ability on a 4-star, a 5-star. Like it makes the champion way better.
All right. Anthony, what's your thoughts here on Rogue?
Frojo is 100% correct. And as far as crit goes, 30% is actually on the high side. And that is, it makes or breaks her. It significantly increases the amount of health you steal. It significantly increases the amount of power you steal. Totally worth it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but she's the highest mutant prestige.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that too. And, yep. 6 all day long.
All right. Last one on the mutants here. Forgot to bring this one up. We got Storm. Let's see here. Basically increases Storm's special damage by up to X amount based on how full her opponent's power meter is upon impact. So the more power your opponent has, the more damage she does. Anthony, go ahead.
I thought it was both your power and the opponent's power.
Nope. Based on how full her opponent's power meter is upon impact.
Yep.
That's actually kind of frustrating because I have not used her special because my power wasn't high enough before. That's actually kind of frustrating.
Okay.
Either way, that's just a side thing. Either way, it's a 6.
All right. Frojo, what do you think for Storm?
Storm's signature ability is totally necessary for the character. Makes her. It's like how Anthony said. It makes and breaks the character on Rogue. Same thing on Storm. For normally I wouldn't give a character a 6, but like it really makes a difference for her. 6. I would have probably said 7, but it makes her way better.
All right. Jacob, what do you got here?
6.
All right. Chid.
6. She definitely relies on it, and it's definitely worth it.
Again, this is another one, fellas, where she does rely on it. It's definitely handy to have. You definitely want it, and for that reason, I'm going to put her in as a 6. All right. So that takes care of the mutants. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. I think it's approaching 2 a.m., and we've got a long, long way to go. I want to fix my layout, especially for this one here, because of the depth that it takes, so that we can have these come up a little bit easier and better. So what I'm going to probably do is kill this one at this point. We'll look at coming back and finishing these rankings tomorrow, or well, it may not be tomorrow, probably be Wednesday to finish these up, which gives everybody a little more time to really study up on the SIG abilities and make sure we know. But again, we're going to stop early on this. I just want to fix the layout so we can see everything. But with that being said, we'll kill a little bit of time discussing it and looking at what we've got so far. So far, when you go through it, skill-wise, you've got a lot of champions that really rely on that. You got Black Panther, who got a 7. Electra with a 7 flat. Gwenpool with a 6.5. Daredevil, OG Daredevil with a 5.67. Black Widow with a 3. And then we only had one champion that everybody said don't worry about unlocking or duping Awakening, and that was Daredevil Netflix. Mutant-wise, X-Force Deadpool was saved by a couple decent votes that got him at 9.5, but we got Deadpool OG that 4.33. Wolverine was a 5.67. Archangel was a 6. Beast a 6.5. Iceman a 5.83. Psylocke so far a 6.33, waiting for Bulldog's vote. But yeah, you've got a couple champions here that you can tell inside the mutant class. I think has some of the most some of the champions that have to be awakened. Has probably the largest pool of champions that need to be awakened to really do well. So, with that being said, that's kind of what I see on this. So, anybody have any questions or thoughts about the first two classes we've looked at? Feel free to let us know. But again, approaching 2 a.m., I've got a busy day going on, and I want to fix my layout so that this will be better next time we do this one. So, like, with that, guys, anything you want to touch on before we head out?
Don't sleep on OG Deadpool.
My man.
Anything for you, Jacob?
I got nothing.
Don't sleep on Rogue.
Yeah.
I sleep on her every day, and I
That
don't
must be pretty
care.
comfortable.
Amen to that. All right, guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. And again, I think it's just one of those things we've got a lot to dig into. We're going to take a look at this and set this up a little bit better. Next time I'll also have, hopefully I'll have Frojo's stream able to show the Vulture testing, but we'll get back onto it. Guys, again, thanks for stopping in. Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I will be looking to improve this a little bit for the next stream on this rankings on these, because this one is difficult and we'll have a better idea. So with that being said, everybody take care and see you next time.